Today is April 14th, and you are tuned in to Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, brought to you by Mungan St. Louis Acura and Rammer, also our friends at Royal Banks.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.
Rammer, the Cardinals lose last night. In fact, no St. Louis team scored any points last night as the Blues were shut out, and the Cardinals were also shut out. So a really rough night Thursday night if you planned on tuning in to Bally's or Bally's Plus and watching some sports last evening. But the Cardinals have 3 more games against the Pirates starting this weekend. So let's see what happens, I guess.
Well, speaking of last night's game, the Cardinals lost and came up short in a number of opportunities, but also some sterling defense robbed them of what would have been a couple of big hits. Well, how would it have affected the ultimate outcome? That's impossible to say, but sometimes the other team goes a little above and beyond. I mean, that ball that O'Neill hit to the wall, that was crushed, absolutely crushed, would have turned the whole game around, I think. And then Bay made another play coming in that often would have fallen for a hit. So it's not like the Cardinals were flailing away. Too many strikeouts. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending the Cardinals, or I'm not going all H Balzer and say, well, if you disregard all the strikeouts, they were pretty good. I'm not going there. I'm just saying the play of the game was actually closer than the score.
I really, really hope that enough people got that reference to Balzer and his stats. John Denton from MLB.com, Cardinals.com, had this stat earlier today. The Cardinals right now in baseball, they rank 3rd in all of baseball in expected batting average. That's a 274 average based on exit velocity, launch angle, what the batting average is expected to be when they hit a baseball. Now, numbers,
That's ridiculous.
I'm just telling you this because
I expect him to hit 500 as a team.
Okay. I only say that because in reality, the Cardinals with runners in scoring position are hitting 238, and with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, they are hitting 208. So for all of the expected hits that you expect out of this lineup, they're not getting them in clutch situations.
According to those nerds.
That's not nerd stats. That's just saying.
Nerd stuff.
No,
Well,
no, I'm not saying. I wanted to talk. Okay, the whole reason I put that out there, I wanted to talk about their batting average at runners in scoring position. That was the whole reason I put it out there, is that they are not getting clutch hits.
Real advanced metrics people tell you there's no such thing as clutch.
They're okay. I mean, yeah, there are guys that perform better under pressure, but yeah,
there is a segment of the advanced metricdom that say, no, that's not true. You hit what you hit. Sometimes you hit it with guys in scoring position. Sometimes you do it when they're not in. I'm not telling you that I believe in that. I'm just telling you that if we're going to go with metrics, then there are those who believe there's no such thing in clutch. I disagree.
We sat here yesterday and we talked about how well the Cardinal bullpen had performed so far this year. And yesterday, Jordan Hicks goes out there, and once again, I mean, Jordan, he was squeezed. They squeezed him on a few of those pitches, but Jordan Hicks, once again, 3 batters, 1 out, 2 walks. I know, I mean, he's got options. It might be time to maybe that's your opening for whenever Wainwright comes back. Maybe that's your option for Libator getting to come up at some point. But I think right now, when you look at the chopping block, I think Jordan Hicks is candidate number 1 to go down to Memphis.
Yeah. I think the first domino would be Waino, and we'll see whose spot he takes. Probably Jake Woodford.
I was going to say that.
Well, who would be? What's the other thinking?
No, but my thinking was Do you go 6-man? Do you see how Wainwright performs before you said Woodford down? Do you have Woodford still there to maybe piggyback off of these starters who haven't gone deep?
I wasn't connecting the two topics.
Oh, okay.
I just said the first domino that could end up, several dominoes falling, could end up with the reliever going to the minor leagues. The first one is Waino coming back.
Yeah.
And then where does Woodford go? And then where does the next guy go? And maybe between now and then, is that 4 or 5 days? Is it a week or 10 days? By the time all that happens, maybe somebody else will have spit the bit and be even worse.
They did say yesterday. They said that they wanted three starts from all of the starters to see how things how things were going, and then assess it from there. So that was what John Mozeliak had to say to the media yesterday. And tonight you are getting the third start of the season for Jake Woodford. Tomorrow you will get the third start of the season for Steven Matz. Let's take a look at the bootlegging lineups for tonight. Bootlegging, by the way, hey, they are also connected. It's become a franchise. They're connected with Third Gear. They're serving bootlegging pizzas out there at Third Gear, made to order. Rammer, how about this? A toasted ravioli pizza, a taco pizza. Yeah. Ooh. The Bootlegger, a Big Mac style pizza with ground beef, pickles, and a special sauce. And it's easy to order. You use the QR code, you order the pizza, they text you when it's ready to be picked up. You could sit there, you can enjoy a few adult beverages while you wait there. And not only on Friday nights, but all week long out there at Third Gear, serving up the bootlegging pizzas that are made to order each and every day. The Cardinal lineup looks like this. Brendan Donovan is at second base, Alec Burleson in right, Paul Goldschmidt at first, Nolan Arenado at third, Wilson Contreras behind the plate, Nolan Gorman DHing, Tyler O'Neill in left, Dylan Carlson in center, and Tommy Edman is in center field. We'll talk about that, but first, do want to get to the Pirates lineup. Ji-Wan Bae is at short, Brian Reynolds is in left, Andrew McCutchen DHs, Ji-Man Choi is at first, Jack Sawinski is in center, Rodolfo Castro at third, Cannon Smith, Jiba is in right. I messed that last name up. Mark Mathias is at second, and Austin Hedges is behind the plate. Jake Woodford on the mound, facing old friend Johan Oviedo, who has made the big league club and the starting rotation for the Pittsburgh Pirates, part of the trade that brought over Jose Quintana last year with Johan Oviedo. So a trade that worked out for the Cardinals last year and now is working out for the Pirates rotation this season.
Oviedo is just the kind of guy that can really stick it where the sun doesn't shine. The Cardinals will have to be on point for that big right-hander tonight. He was a favored son for a couple of years. They really had high hopes for him, and they didn't really lose it, but they knew they needed help right now, meaning last July. And that's when they made the move for Quintana. There were many in the Cardinals organization that did not want to lose Oviedo. He's got a chance to be really good.
And I think Johan Oviedo, when he was traded, I think he was a little down on it. I don't think he wanted to leave the Cardinal organization. I don't think he wanted to go to an organization like Pittsburgh. But I think he has a mentality now of, you know what? I pitch well enough here. I can be for another team what Jose Quintana was for the Cardinals, and a team will trade for me and want me after if I do well. So that's I think where he's at. Last night, 0 for 2 with 2 walks for Wilson Contreras. He's now hitting 171 on the year. 2 weeks into the season. When is that? The discussion has to have started already about moving him down in the order.
Well, I've thought about it for a week or so. I know a lot of folks. My friend Bernie Miklas, who you see writing in social media. You hear him every day on 590 The Fan. A dear friend and a really, really smart baseball guy. And where you and I may throw out an opinion, kind of shooting from the hip, he's always got the numbers to back it up. He thinks the lineup talk, when you've got this deep of a lineup, is pretty silly. So I want to tip my cap and offer that disclaimer up front. However, sometimes, and it comes down not to so much managing numbers, I don't think, but managing people. Is he the kind of guy, Contreras, you say, hey, we're going to drop you down for a couple of days. We want you to take the pressure off. Don't worry about anything. You're catching great. You're running the staff great. take a deep breath, relax, hit 7th or 8th or wherever, and you'll start hitting and we'll move you back up. But he might be the kind of guy that it makes things worse. He's more emotional. And this is where you have to trust your manager to know his people.
I mean, I think it's as simple as saying, you know what, Nolan Gorman's hitting the cover off the ball. We're going to split up the 3 righties in a row, and we're going to put a lefty in the middle. I mean, you don't even have to sell it to him as, hey, you're hitting like shit. You know, we're going to move you down the lineup. I think it's as simple as just saying, hey, Gorman's hitting well. We want him protecting Arenado. And that way, you know what, 3 in a row, you have the righty, lefty, and then you're a righty.
I don't blame you for not listening to my show on 590 The Fan in St. Louis.
Rammer, I've been driving all day today.
No, not every day. I'm just saying any day, not today, any day. But I've been talking about Gorman hitting 5th since it was obvious that he was locked in, a week, 10 days? Yeah. I mean, he came out of the gates hitting, but you never know until you got to let trends develop. And the trend for Gorman is really good. Again, like I said at the very beginning of the season, when your lineup is this good, you can pretty much pull it out of a hat and you'll be all right. But I would like to see them try and help Contreras get out of his funk.
Yeah, no, I've been driving 6 hours today, Rammer, as you can see right there where it says I'm live from Notre Dame. I'm
and you
up
can
here.
See I'm an Arkansas
yeah,
dad.
I see
don't
that.
care about Notre Dame.
Yeah, so I'm here in South Bend to run the Holy Half tomorrow, a half marathon around the campus here of Notre Dame. So earlier, about an hour or so ago, I was texting with good friend Mike Golick Jr. asking him just where I should go out to eat today, because I've never been up here in South Bend, and I know he's spent a lot of time up in this town.
Couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah. So
where are you going?
He told me to go to a place called O'Rourke's, which I already passed. It's right by the football field, but I've been told that now I was told by a friend and I was told by somebody else, Linebackers. So I had a friend that just said, oh, you need to go to Linebackers. Mike Golick Jr. said that Linebackers is a dive, but it's a one of the classic local haunts. So,
knowing Joe Roderick, you'll do both.
You know what? I'm not. Will. No, I mean, I got to run 13 miles in the morning. I want to go somewhere where I can get a burger, some fries, and watch some sports on the TV. I mean, my Bulls are playing tonight, trying to knock off the Heat and get that 8 seed.
Your Bulls?
My Bulls, yeah, my Bulls.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, DeMar DeRozan. I mean, they need a lot of help. They need a lot of help too, because DeMar DeRozan not bringing his daughter down to Miami. So
I will. I'll bring up this topic on 2-Man Game here on Claves Online with Matt Rocchio.
Yeah, I need to talk to Rock and see what a good over under is for DeRozan or Levine tonight. If Levine's going to put up 40 tonight on that Heat.
Back to baseball.
Yeah,
there is an issue that I want to touch on. It's starting to drive me crazy a little bit, and I think it's really interesting. When you look at the lineup today, who's in center field?
Today in center field is Dylan Carlson.
So I've had at least 2 very prominent members of the media who have been fed information from the Cardinals that Tyler O'Neill is the best center fielder on the team. And today, a prominent member of the media wrote a long story that was given, the stats were given to him by the Cardinals, trying to back it up with metrics. Yet Carlson's in center. I'm calling bullshit on the whole story. Anybody who's played the game, anybody who's seen a game and watched him seriously knows that at this point in time, Dylan Carlson's a far superior center fielder, period. And I don't know who's the rat feeding misinformation to the media. See, most of the hardworking media, not like us, when you go interview somebody or they give you information, your job's not to debate them. You and I are interested in debate. Talk radio's interested in debate. But I'm telling you, they're feeding misinformation. Somebody is a fanboy, and somebody in the organization is pimping O'Neill harder than it needs to be done.
No. You see, I think you just answered your question there with that last sentence that you said. And I said it last week that I believe that the Cardinals did not plan for Tyler O'Neill to be on their roster here on April 14th. I really think that Tyler O'Neill was a big trade chip that they threw out there in the offseason. Nothing came of it, which I think made the explosion of the hustling from a week or so ago, I think made it an even bigger deal because, hey, you know what? They're trying to move you. Let's hustle around the bases and let's not give teams a reason to pull back if we're trying to get pitching for you. So, yeah, I think calling him the best center fielder in the organization is a tactic that's being used to help elevate Tyler O'Neill to get a number 2 starter, to get this year's Jordan Montgomery or Jose Quintana. And that is 100% why I think that's being done.
Well, if anybody in Major League Baseball is falling for it, then after they get fired, I'm going to apply for their job. It's the nuttiest thing I've ever seen. And yet we've got members of the media. Hey, look, I think guys even reporting it are just reporting what's being told to them. So I get that. But I think it's up to people like us to just call it like it is.
Yeah. We will.
By the way, I'm a fan of Tyler O'Neill. 2 years ago, he's the best player on the team. I hope he hits 30 home runs. I hope he becomes the best player again because that means you got a pretty good team. I'm not against him. I just don't like this disinformation spewed out there that we're supposed to lap up with a spoon. I don't like it.
Giveaways this weekend. You have the Nolan Arenado bobblehead tonight. You have the Jackie Robinson cap tomorrow. And then you have the mystery jerseys coming your way on Sunday. So giveaways all weekend long down at Busch Stadium. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, go to cardinals.com/promotions and get those tickets now. Especially if you want those mystery jerseys are real hot items on Sunday. And it's going to be, it's going to be hot today and tomorrow. It's going to be a little cooler on Sunday for that game, but check it out all weekend long. And tomorrow, of course, is Jackie Robinson Day down at the ballpark. All of the players wearing number 42, and I believe discounts also going on at the Cardinals Museum tomorrow too. If you haven't checked that out yet, head down there and do so. Before we get out of here too, Rammer, I just want to wish best of luck tonight to the 9U Southern Illinois Blue Jays, who have their first game of the 2023 campaign. I hate that I am not there to be coaching them tonight. This was a rescheduled game, and this is a race up here that I have tried to get into for the last 3 years. So more important for all the kids to be there than for me to be there.
Are you the skipper of the team?
I am the skipper of the team. Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I'll have a conversation with the owners and see what direction we're going in.
We've had the meetings. We've had all the coaches meetings and everything yesterday and today. We have our pitching lined up. We have another game on Sunday, so we have our pitching lined up for today and Sunday. We are good to go. I think we are all set. At the Hayes in the barn, Rammer. Let's now we'll just see how things go.
If I may borrow a dialogue from the American Classic Ball 4, a guy says, I'll paraphrase it. What do you think about a guy leaving the team to go run an individual race? And then the answer is, well, I think he's got some strange ideas.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, I got my Game Changer app ready to go. I am going to be sitting here bothering the coaches the entire game, texting them and watching Game Changer. Yeah.
If you were a real skipper, you would have gone to Notre Dame after the game.
I will tell you, the game is at 8:00 tonight. If the game was at 6:00, I would have been doing that.
Okay, you get a reprieve.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
If the game was at 6:00, I truly would have gone to the game, driven up here. I would have slept all day today. I would have driven up there for the game, and then basically parked, napped, got out, and run. That would have been the play for things tomorrow. By the way, yeah. Speaking of, so I'm running this tomorrow, and then I'm going to head over to the south side of Chicago, and I'm going to go take in the White Sox and Orioles game tomorrow after afternoon. So
I look at Rutschman.
I cannot wait to get a look at him in the game tomorrow. I thought it was going to be a Dylan Cease day, but I'm going to get Kopechek tomorrow for the White Sox. But you know what I'm looking forward to most tomorrow is sitting at the game and being able to live bet at a Major League Baseball game, something you can't do at Busch Stadium. So
between marathons and game betting, you are one sick puppy.
If those are my two vices, I will take them.
Well, yeah, you've already made that choice.
Yeah. Hey, that'll do it for today's Daily Cards Live. We'll be back on Monday to preview Diamondbacks and Cardinals, a 3-game series there. So enjoy the games this weekend. Enjoy everything we have going on all weekend long here on ClaibsOnline.com, including a 2-man game previewing the NBA playoffs. That's coming your way when?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, we'll when it happens, we will bring that to you right here on Daily Cards Live. Hey, that's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you next time here on ClaibsOnline.com.
At St. Louis Acura, we have over 130 new Acura models in stock or on the way in March. Like the 2023 Acura MDX, get $1,500 in loyalty cash when you buy, or you can lease the MDX starting at $599 a month. Earn $1,000 loyalty cash on the 2023 Integra, RDX, or TLX. Or you can save over $3,500 on our large selection of Acura courtesy vehicles. St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.